and welcome to massagetime.co.uk with the eccentric healer. Spinal manipulation. Let's discuss. What is it? Everyone knows about the clicks. You know, you've seen so many videos now on social media. You know, some funny positions, click, crunch, legs twisted, getting clicked. So what actually is it? Is it any good? You know, is it something that you should have done for yourself? Well, my personal experience is spinal manipulation never did anything for me for musculoskeletal injuries. And clients that I've treated, spinal manipulation didn't help them. It can help other things, but that's something I'll talk about at another time. But what is actually going on, and why do you get spinally manipulated? Why are you being clicked? What is the purpose of a click? And it's quite simple, really. When we have a problem with our body, either the joints aren't sitting right, you know, your pelvis is rotated, you've got a scoliosis. The whole idea is that the muscles associated with those areas of the body aren't working too well. So when you get that click and you feel that pop and you feel that release, all the nerve supply and the flow of nerves from those joints to other areas of the body is restored back to normal and it improves. So if you've ever been to a manipulative therapist and they test, you know, a power, they might test the power of your bicep or something, and it's a little bit weak and you get that click and suddenly it's got the power back, well, that is the restoration of the nerve impulses from that area associated with your bicep that makes you feel better. But long-term treatment, it's not good, because these spinal joints, these nerve supply does not hold your body in a certain position. It does not fix what's going on in the rest of the body. So spinal manipulation as a part of a treatment is really good. But to just have spinal manipulation to improve your body, no. I mean, I had it, like I say, I had it for years. Didn't do me any good. And for years I was in that study, learning about spinal manipulation, doing it to people over and over again, and it never helped. But every time I addressed the soft tissues, that's what helped. That's what really changed people's posture. It's what changed scoliosis. It's what changed movement patterns. Because without the muscles, the bones are just going to fall apart. They're not going to do anything. Okay? It's only my muscles that hold my humerus in line with my forearm bones, you know, the ulnar and radius. If you take those muscles away, the bones will just flop. That has nothing to do with my spine. So to get spinal manipulation for all these other conditions, it doesn't work. Now, if ever you've been to see one of these manipulative therapists, this is what you'll hear. You have a torsion in your pelvis, one leg is shorter than the other, and you've got an S-curve in your spine. And you go click, 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 6 months later, you're still in the same position. 20% on average of people who have spinal manipulation have a course of about 6 weeks of spinal manipulation and the problem goes. But what happens when the problem persists? Do you continue to have spinal manipulation? Are you going to continually go back, get manipulated and suffer the consequences? Now, there are so many consequences to having continued spinal manipulation. Okay, and you don't have to be a degree level specialist or somebody in the know to understand this. If I was to poke you into your chest every single day for 6 months, you'd have a big bruise there or a callus. Something would be there. So to do the same thing over and over again is obviously going to result in some sort of consequence, some sort of imbalance within your body. Don't allow that to happen. But as I say to my clients, I say, if you went to a mechanic and all he had was a spanner, would you let him fix your entire car? And the answer is no. It's one tool. Spinal manipulation is a tool. But here's one thought I'm going to leave you with today, because it really gets to me, and you can tell because of the way I'm talking about this. One of the most important structures in your body is your spinal cord, okay? And your spinal cord is housed within your spinal column. Remember that, one of the most important structures in your body is your spinal cord, and it's housed within your spinal column. Do you really want to send so much movement through your spine that is protecting one of the most important structures in your body? It doesn't make sense to put a lot of movement through an area that is protecting something so precious that not even blood can mix with it. Okay, so the next time you have a problem, a musculoskeletal problem, think twice before you go and lay onto a table and get manipulated. Okay? So I hope this served you well for the future, helps you to make better decisions, and if you want to know the full reasons why I think that spinal manipulation is not good in the long run to treat musculoskeletal problems, subscribe. When I have enough people subscribing and listening to what it is that I say, I will preach to the masses. But for now, I will leave you with that thought that the spinal cord is one of the most important structures in the body, and you don't want too much movement going to that to set it up for any damage or any issues or any trauma to it. Thank you and have a great day. Massagetime.co.uk, the eccentric healer.